Hey Days fans, stay tuned for our weekly recap of Days of Our Lives, and we've got Christopher Sean, so you gotta tune in. Stay with us.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
But would you really dance to that if it was on in a club?
I would. Probably.
I would.
Hey gang, welcome to Dishin' Days here at AfterBuzz TV. Am I not what?
No, I'm just.
You seem surprised that I said that.
No, I'm
it's the
just-
name of our show.
I'm just smiling.
Oh, okay.
Oh, is this the Dish and Days panel?
Something like that. Joining me today, to my far left,
We have the incredible Tony Moore.
and we're gonna save the best for last, even though
thank
we already
you.
know you know who that is. And then we have the lovely, vivacious,
Vivacious.
Matthew Evan Payne.
and joining us, who clearly had a good time the last time, even though I was a spastic freak the last time you were here. Christopher Sean has joined us.
Yay!
Thank you so much for coming back and being part of
And
our.
this time I'm not in Australia.
I know.
Exactly. Although you were almost not here.
I was almost
So,
not here.
we
but I
appreciate
made
you
it.
joining
the,
us.
The problem was I had 3 weeks of Days of Our Lives to catch up on.
Yeah.
And so I was like, y'all, I don't know if I'm gonna make it on Sunday when I have 3 weeks to catch up on.
A lot of
Yeah.
days.
But luckily I did.
And I will say this, you picked a good time to have to catch up, because I don't know if it was same for you as it was for me. I'm flying through them because I'm
Oh, yeah.
loving it.
Loving
Me
it.
too.
I watched, I think, 2 or 3 of this week's episodes twice.
Really?
I mean, clearly the one with Billy in his underwear, of course, obviously.
Oh,
but
Thursday's
2 other
episode?
ones where he wasn't in his underwear, I watched again too.
But was he in it though?
Yeah. No, one he was and one he wasn't.
Look at
I
you.
know.
This is probably going to be a whole new Dish and Days now.
Whole new.
You have
Oh,
to
no.
adjust to 2 new hosts that you weren't with last time.
Well, before we get started, make sure you guys follow us on all social media.
All of them.
All of us. It's _ Dish and Days on Twitter, Dish and Days on Instagram. Are we on Snapchat?
No.
We need a Dish and Days Snapchat. Why don't we have Dish and Days Snapchat? Tony, get on it.
Get on it.
What did you guys think of the week?
I actually thought this week was good, although I've watched the past 2 weeks as well this week.
Right.
Did they all blur together?
A little bit, but I mean, it feels like when I first started watching Days, just those cliffhangers, those aha moments. I was laughing a lot, so I loved it. I loved it. We just didn't have enough Christopher Sean though.
Yeah.
I need more Paul.
Well, I think we will.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm
sensing
having
that.
a good feeling.
Yeah.
that
I'm
we'll be
sensing
seeing
that.
them soon.
I'm sensing that.
Yes.
And I think we'll take calls later if we've got time, and
Yes.
or we'll do it during the segments if we have time.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
We'll see how it goes.
We'll put that number up when, and if we're gonna do that. So I guess it's time to start Dishin' Days. And this is where you flip the
Do the
hourglass.
honors for us, Chris.
Read your script.
Awesome.
Yay!
All right, well, let's start. Let's just get it started. Since I'm lead hosting, we're going to start with Chad.
No, really?
I know, it's hard to believe.
Man.
It's hard to believe. Let's just get it done and over
Who are
with.
you?
Side note, keep an eye out on Christopher. I saw him eyeballing the hourglass later, so if it goes missing,
I know
I think we
exactly
know. I
who
think-
to go
Nice.
to.
Look at
Right?
this.
I'll help you,
Wow.
Christopher. I mean,
We have a beautiful elephant, too. Don't forget about the
Oh,
elephant.
don't forget about
saw that.
Alexis in the booth.
Oh,
no,
Alexis
it's
is
fine,
here.
it's fine. No, we have a show to talk about. I heard it was good.
It
so
is. It has
Yeah.
been really, really good.
Don't worry
good.
about me. The chat knows I'm here. It's all good.
So we're getting more of Chad with Gabby now.
Yes.
Is clearly the way they're going with this storyline, which at least it's not Sierra. Thank you, Dina. I have a feeling I'm going to be saying thank you, Dina, a lot.
What? No vote for Sierra?
not with Chad.
No. And he also rescues Kate because Clyde tries to come in.
Yes.
That was this week, right? Because I wasn't here last week, so I might smush together because I wasn't here.
We'll go with it.
So he came in
it
and
was.
saved Kate
what
and
I'm
got
saying.
trapped in the panic room.
Yes.
And it got very hot.
It did get very hot.
Okay, so who else thought like, okay, wait, this is starting to seem very very familiar with Eric and Nicole.
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I loved it.
me too.
What
What was it like to be on set? with
Oh,
Billy in
man,
his underwear.
It's hot. It's hot. I mean, we had to turn the AC on Frozen. It was that hot.
Let it go.
I was like, wow.
And I think we need more of Christopher Sean in his underwear.
You know, I've been working hard at that. So maybe they'll be doing that here pretty soon.
We'll do some tweeting for you.
Like tomorrow.
Yes. I mean, I'll vote for that.
Yeah.
If it's okay with Christopher Sean.
Oh, of course, please.
Okay.
We'll
Yeah.
be taking photos after Edition Days
Just
is
come
over.
behind the scenes. I'll be ready. I'll be
Okay.
ready.
No, I mean, I'm digging the storyline. I'm digging that Chad's, and I also think I like is, and I'm kind of gonna jump a little bit. I love that Lucas and Adrian, even though that whole storyline with trying to take Thomas away from Chad, which we all know I didn't like.
Yeah.
I like that Lucas and Adrian are there just because, again, we get to see Lucas and Adrian. Because I hate when you don't see, like, I love them.
Do you love them together?
I still don't.
I'm okay with it.
I still can't get with it. I
But we got little tastes and feelers that maybe that it's gonna end.
I like
So-
seeing Lucas and I like seeing Adrian. I don't like seeing Lucas and Adrian.
right. Okay. So Christopher Sean, you being a friend of Sonny's and seeing Lucas and Adrian, like yay them or you
Or nay
how do you
them.
feel?
This is Brian DiTillo and Judy Evans.
Yes.
Absolutely love both of them, and I think their chemistry is amazing. So I mean, I'm kind of fireworks to anything that they do together.
Okay.
He agrees
love
with
them.
me then.
I love them. I think they're great. I really
I
Brian
do too.
DiTillo's amazing.
I think-
Judy
I
Evans
think-
is love.
Oh, now you're gonna change your
No, no,
tune.
no. I
Because
think-
Christopher
No.
said that he likes it, so now
I
Tony's
think-
gonna
no.
change
No,
sides.
let me finish.
Listen,
little
Hillary.
We're
lady.
wearing a Lucas.
Li-
Lucas loves Adrian too.
Listen, Bernie.
Wow, look at that.
So, I love Judy Evans and Adrian. Love Lucas and Brian. Love, but together.
Do you love that
I
he's touching your shoulder?
I mean, listen, we go way back. we go way back. So.
No,
yeah,
I like
don't
it.
know.
I'm happy. I also like that they're bringing the families together. Like I like that Theo was there with
Yes.
Chad. I like that Andre's talking about wanting to be back in the house. I
Yes.
loved. Don't even get me started with all the Kyriakis guys together.
Oh, you talking about the new bed and breakfast?
Oh my god, that was hysterical. I just love, like, you can tell that Dina's my girl.
Yeah.
She's making
She
it about
is.
the family.
She's
like
making it
used
about
to
the
be.
families. I love that Chad and even if you don't like Chad and Gabby together, because I know there's a lot of people that are probably not happy because of Abby.
You can't
It's
deny the
hard, Gabby,
chemistry.
Abby, but whatever. You have to love that they talked about high school.
Right.
Yes.
Like, I was just like, thank you.
You know why?
Thank you. These people have had lives together.
They have, and we forget that sometimes.
Yeah.
And I remember, like, a few months ago.
But you know who hasn't forgotten that?
Who?
Dina Higley.
Well, remember a few months ago when we mentioned on the show that sometimes they don't mention, like, that's their grandfather or that's their
Right.
aunt or and they're starting to do that.
Do more of
like,
that.
Claire, I think it was this week, was like, oh, Grandpa John.
Yeah.
And I'm like, nailed
Thank
it.
you.
And then when you mentioned with Gabby and Chad, we forget that Gabby and Chad,
They dated.
they dated, had issues and
Yep.
all that. And so we forget. And sometimes I forget because, when I think of any Gabby and Chad dealings, I think of Casey Diedrich.
right.
And I forget.
And I don't think it
because
was,
it's a different
and it
one.
wasn't Camila either then. It was a different Gabby then, I think. Because
No,
there
it's
was
all-
a different there was a different Gabby.
Was there?
Yepers.
Then I have forgotten all about
Yep.
that.
There was a different Gabby when they were in high school.
Okay. Well, there's that.
So yeah, I mean, I liked it. I liked
It's a little
all of it.
But I'm reading all
And I
this
liked
earlier.
JJ and Gabby, but I'm liking the direction it's going. Which
Well,
makes
and I
me-
think again, it's building a triangle. So I'm glad that you like JJ and Gabby, and I hope other people like JJ and Gabby, so that it builds that triangle.
That
That's
triangle.
Yeah.
the
Because
point
you know
of it.
JJ
That's why we have
disapproves.
the love triangles. We have people vying for JJ and Gabby, people vying for Chad and Gabby, people vying for Chad and Abby,
and I love that
Mark and Billy.
Abigail.
I mean, it's a quadrangle.
Well, it's going to be when Abigail comes back.
It's going to be very difficult.
It's going to be a fight for sure.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
It's been fun.
Have you met
Moment
the
of
new
silence.
Abigail? Have you met Marcy Miller?
Have I? Yes,
Yes.
actually.
Have
yeah.
you worked with her?
Have I?
I mean,
Am I allowed to say
they're on
that?
the same show, yes.
You were on the same show. We were together. I've actually had talks with her. She's awesome. Wonderful.
I'm excited. I'm excited to see what I'm excited. I'm
She's a
really,
great
really
person.
happy. I said I keep writing in my notes.
Yeah.
Love this, love this, love this.
I tell you this though, it's gonna be hard always. It's always hard when another actor steps in. Fans are very, very hard because they're so stuck
Right.
on the character prior. But Marcy brings so much to the table. I've watched her on set, and she's a really talented actress. So I really hope that the fans take to her as much as I have. I think she's great.
Oh, good. That's
Yeah.
good.
I'm sure
Well,
they
shout out
will.
to Marcy.
And
Come
that
join us at
makes
AfterBuzz,
me
Marcy.
excited to see
Yeah.
Marcy as Abigail.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I hate myself a little bit for loving the Chad Gabby storyline because I love Chad.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
I
like-
think
I
it's
mean,
good.
I like it too.
But that's good.
I know, I
do like it.
let's just put that out there. It's good to like. I
just
love.
feel like I'm
I
cheating
love
on
Chad
Abigail.
with Belle.
Yeah.
That annoyed me that they got rid of that because I was like, there was something there.
Chad and Belle?
Yeah.
Oh.
Right,
You know what I
Hong
mean?
Kong.
Like, and
She's
it
off to
doesn't.
Hong
Again,
Kong.
it doesn't have to mean they're going to be together forever. But there's something there that you want to watch.
Yeah.
That's what you need to go after.
That'd
Well-
be a good name, Chadell.
Chadell.
Right?
I
like
call
that.
him bad.
Hello.
Bad.
Belle and Chad.
I believe you.
Bad. Yeah.
I believe you. I bet you told your husband. Bad lunch.
So the moment that, and this was a few weeks ago, sorry, but when Gabby brought over the clothes for Chad to try on, and she had that moment of like, ooh, like he's undressing in front of me.
I had the same reaction the first time.
Well, you always have that reaction, but that was a moment where I was like, oh, I could kind of get with them like being together, and then now this week them being trapped in the panic room. I was
You know what?
like,
You know
okay.
what moment I loved was when somebody knocked on the door, and Gabby was like laughed, and she's like, "I guess we're getting out of here." And she just kind of laughed about it, and it was so like a genuine moment. Like
Yeah.
I don't know, I loved it. It wasn't like super dramatic. It was just like these two friends are locked in here, and they're kind of like loopy from being
Right.
And there was I don't know, I loved it. I just thought it was great.
Because
I
they
thought it
kind
was
of
great.
came to grips after being locked in that room for so long that they
Yeah.
were there and then they were catching up and I think they forgot about being stuck in there. Mm-hmm. And then it was over.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Alrighty, so let's move on to the next. Steve, Kayla, Joey, Orpheus,
Oh,
Clyde.
Clyde, Xander. I guess everything's kind of intermingled this week. I had a hard time separating stuff, so we're probably going to do a lot of overlapping.
So I'm loving this whole storyline of Orpheus, Xander, and Clyde.
Love it.
Because, and it dawned on me before I came over here, and I actually loved, I love the scene, this is going back a few weeks because I just saw it, during the wedding, when Paul stepped in and was like, let her go, I'm John's son, and then
Right.
Orpheus was like, well, you don't look like I was like, that's funny. But I love that. But this story, these three people you would have never thought would have been so connected to so many people in Salem, to the point where I feel like Salem is on lockdown. And so when they entered Steve and Kayla's house, and Orpheus was like over Kayla and had the knife, and she woke up and she, and they're tied up, and Steve comes in and all that kind of stuff. I was just like, yes to all this. And then when he was like, you guys are like the Three Stooges. I was like, I was thinking that
same
last
thing.
week.
Larry, Curly,
I
Moe,
was thinking
yep.
that last week because there's the mastermind of it all. Then there's Xander, who's kind of like,
I just want to kill them.
But I also love that like Orpheus called him out on it, and he was
Yeah.
like, okay, dude. We got this.
Yeah.
You're new to this.
Yeah.
Let us show you how this is. I kind
Yes.
of thought that was cool.
Yes.
You
Yes.
know, that there was the different generations of the bad guys.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
So I
don't know,
liked
loved
it.
that.
I liked it all, and I like that they're connected, and I like that it makes sense.
Yeah.
And I like that, it's not giving us too much.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we see Orpheus and his dealings with like,
Yeah.
the Johnsons, and I'm pretty sure he's, later going to go after John and Marlena because that's like, his main target. But I just like that they're kind of like how Stefano was, where like you never knew when Stefano was going to hit, but you knew it was going to happen.
Yeah.
And I think that's how these three are now.
Yeah. So, and I don't know why this just popped into my head. There was a scene a couple weeks ago, I think this was before Dina's writing took over.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't you have a conversation with John that you didn't want to be a PI anymore?
That's what I thought too.
And then I feel like now, this week, they had a conversation, it sounded like you were a
And
PI.
then you loved it. Yeah.
And that you're digging it. So you are a PI as of right now.
As of right now in the story, my character has been struggling with the difficulties of the personal involvement and the personal attachment that's going to be required to save certain people's lives and all of the emotional roller coasters thereof as a PI.
Okay.
But,
So technically, he is still a PI.
So yeah, he's working with his father currently now.
Okay.
And,
Okay.
his
I just want to
father's-
make sure because it was one of my questions. I was like, didn't I remember hearing? And
Yeah.
sometimes I drink while I'm watching, so I make sure.
Bottles
Yeah.
and
So it
bottles.
could have been one of those moments.
Yes.
Yeah,
Very well
because
could have been one of those
it was that struggle like right after he found Jennifer going to like the seedy hotel and everything like that and having to give that information.
Yeah.
And Paul felt bad about it.
Yeah.
So that's
Got
where
that.
the struggle came in. But then he stepped up to save old stepmommy and daddy
Yeah.
against Orpheus.
Yeah.
When you saw that the Orpheus character was coming back, did you just as an actor like look that character up by just to see like who he was, or did you want to play it like I just want to keep it no information in it all?
Paul wouldn't have known
No,
who he
Paul.
was.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, half of the room didn't know who
yeah.
he was until Marlena was like, Orpheus. That was my Marlena impression.
It was wonderful.
Thank you.
Powerful.
Thank you.
You should be in the show. I'm telling you. I
Well,
love this.
yeah. We've been trying real hard to get me on the show, real hard. We got to work a different angle.
Exactly.
I could be part of the Paul Sunny triangle.
There you go.
You could be
Nothing
that.
wrong with a little chocolate.
You could. They could do the same thing with you though. Like, I didn't know you were John's son. And be like, well, right?
Anything's possible in
pass.
daytime.
Totally can pass.
I guess
good.
in reference to Orpheus, though,
Yeah.
going back to that, outside of the fact that he's a phenomenal actor, I loved his voice.
Yeah.
And when he was shoving the gun in my face,
Oh,
it was
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
after he was like pressing on my face, I was like, push harder, man. Go,
Yeah.
really get into it because I'm like bleeding.
Yeah.
but no, he's a great actor. But I don't look up actors. I don't really do anything outside of show up on set and try and live in the moment as truthfully as possible. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so the audience gets the same feel that I'm getting. Like I'm learning all of this at the same time.
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah. And I like the flashbacks that they're doing.
I do too.
To remind us
I do too.
of like
Because there was something, it was the Xander Teresa.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I know that he doesn't like her, but I don't exactly remember what it was. And so when they showed
Maxine's son.
the whole like
Yes.
fake rape or whatever it was,
Sorry.
yeah, I thought that was interesting.
She's
Yeah.
really come a long way, Teresa.
Teresa's coming. They all. We'll get to it. We'll get to it. All right. So next
tight.
up is the Chloe Philip Deimos storyline, which I'm digging. I feel like there's got to be something else to it, though.
There's going to be. I feel it.
Yeah, I just feel like it's too easy and too straightforward right now.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm loving it, and I'm loving Philip and Chloe together.
me too.
I'm loving it.
I loved when she mentioned Salem High and when she was Google.
Cool girl. Yep. I see again. It's
I love
all
that.
that
The history.
the
Yeah.
history and stuff.
Yeah.
I
And
love
it makes you feel like, oh my god, I remember that too.
Yeah. No, it's good.
You mentioned something a minute ago about Salem being on lockdown, which I think it's great, but I also think it's so funny that everybody's ignoring it. People are like walking through who are
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
going to the park. I wouldn't. Joey took a phone call.
Claire
and
in
stepped out
particular.
Onto Claire. Joey stepped out to make a phone call to call Jade the other.
Yeah.
And he walked out. I wouldn't leave my house.
Oh, you telling me? if someone told me there are people after you, I'd be like, I'll be right here.
Yeah. If you need me,
You know, I'll be on this couch right here. And I
watching
love that.
days. Watching Days of
Or trying to stream Days of Our Lives. Using up all my data. Keep myself entertained. Maybe watching Claire's YouTube channel.
No, which
that
went
they're
black, went dark. So
Why gotta be black?
that's what they said. I'm just quoting. No, I loved that they came to Kate to help
it
with
was
the
so
cover
good.
up, and she's obviously. And it was funny too because I was like, why does Deimos need to talk to Kate? And thank you for having the Brady pub back. The whole pub.
the whole pub.
Not just the booth.
Yes.
Because I thought it
I
was
bet she
odd.
walked in and was like, "We're doing the whole."
Well, I
entire
just thought it
pub.
was odd that he was like, Nicole, I need you to hit the ladies' room because I got to talk to her. And I was like, what do you got to talk to her about? You guys are kind of done. I was kind of confused, and I was still confused even after their conversation because it didn't really seem to go anywhere. But then I was like, I see. It was so that Kate could be reminded how much she doesn't like him, so that she get. So I got it. I got it. You guys did your job, but
was good.
it did throw me for a second. But I love it, and I love that she's. I don't know. I love the Kyriakises all being under one house.
Me too.
I love that Chloe's there.
I love when Kate called.
I really do.
Philip.
I'm happy,
That's awesome.
which is nice.
No, I loved when when Philip and Chloe went to Kate about the whole paternity thing, and Philip was like, "I mean, you have experience doing this already."
Yeah.
I was like,
She was like,
Oh
yeah.
touche,
yeah.
touche, yeah.
There's so many. Oh,
There's so many
good.
zingers,
It's so
many
good.
zingers.
Oh my god! I literally. Oh, we'll get to that.
I love the scene when Kate called Philip to tell him, "Yes, I'll do this for you. I'll talk to the doctor." And the exchanging of glances between Philip and Chloe.
Yeah.
He was like, "She's in," and she was like, "She is."
It's. I don't know. I'm digging it all. Whatever they're doing it well.
Yeah, I just I agree that I feel like there has to be something more about Chloe not wanting Deimos to know that
yeah.
it's the
Well, and I don't know if it's. I mean, now I'm starting to go. Well, maybe he's not the father, but I don't. I mean. Well, and here's the other thing. This is the only thing. And I
But
think,
who else, lady?
Well, here's my thing. Well, first of all,
Is it going to be Kate's? Like they
fact
had
that-
her revealed as Kate's kidnapper?
this is one thing I do have an issue with. The fact that Deimos is so adamant that there's no possible way that it could be Philip. I'm like, it absolutely, like, you understand how it happens, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's possible for her to sleep with her ex-boyfriend, ex-father of her other child. You know what I mean? Like, he's acting like it's just so
Out of the realm of
crazy that
possibilities.
she could have slept with somebody else.
And I know, because this is his way of thinking, was that when they did it, they were in Chicago or the woods of Chicago, wherever they were, and she didn't return to Salem like the next day. It was still a while before she got back to Salem and got acclimated to Salem. So she literally would have had to get to Salem and be like, Philip.
Yeah, but she wasn't that far away. There's cars, there's trains, there's
know, but-
buses, there's planes. He could get to her. It could happen.
Is that what you? Okay, so let's say you flew and landed in LAX. Never mind. Never mind. I'm dealing with someone completely different.
I'm just saying
Yeah, I was
it's
about to say, I was like,
possible.
doesn't
Yeah.
Mark fly for free?
I do. I
Well,
do.
he would fly and definitely dive into
Yeah.
Business.
business.
If I'm going
exactly.
for business, I take care of business. Just saying.
Thank you.
Just saying.
Welcome to Dish and
Aren't you
Date.
glad you came back?
Love it.
Thank you.
I'm
Sound
happy
better.
you're here, Kristen
Way better.
Rashad.
Thank you. Great to have me. Great to be here with you guys.
Did you
Thank you.
say
You
great?
still trying to take? I got my eye on you.
Okay, I'll sneak it out later. I mean,
All four of them, and you too, Alexis.
what?
So those were the main storylines.
Those are the main,
right? Okay.
and they all kind of like
Yeah, they all
intermingled. Oh, I know what I was gonna say. I tweeted this, I think, too. When Kate called Billy her daughter,
Oh yes.
when she first said Billy, I'm like, oh my God, she called Chad Billy. Like, I thought she was talking to Chad and she just said Billy, and I was like, oh, they aired it. And then she said Billy again. I was like, oh, her daughter.
Billy,
Her
right.
daughter. So I thought that was funny.
And I mean, I automatically thought, oh, I like that they're reminding
Making
us
her
that she
has
has
a daughter.
kids
Yeah, me
somewhere
too.
else.
Yeah, I just thought that was a hoot.
I wonder if they're planning on bringing Lisa back at all. Lisa Rinna.
I would be okay with
Oh,
that.
Krista Allen.
I'd be okay with that too.
She saw them. They're cute too.
Wait, which was the one? There was another one that I liked. I think
There was another Billy. Oh
Yeah.
yes, Julie Pinson.
I think Julie Pinson's the one
Julie
that I
Pinson,
liked.
yeah.
I think Julie Pinson
Yeah.
was the other one that I liked. All right, so then there's a couple other little things that happened, this one I really loved was that moment with Justin and Eve.
Yes.
And that's
I'm
where I
glad
was-
they had that moment.
Huh?
I'm glad they.
I'm glad they did too, and I think, and that's what I was saying is I think maybe Justin and Adrian are not over. I don't know that this Lucas Adrian wedding is going to happen.
I don't think it
just
will.
based on that conversation. So, because I really thought it was going to happen, and they were going to go there, but I'm wondering if maybe not. And I don't know. Eve is just there temporarily, right?
Yeah, she's out. She was packing her bag. She was gone.
She was
She's
leaving,
back
right?
to New York.
And
Yeah.
that was that her last scene?
I think so.
Oh, okay. So she's gone. Okay.
'Cause I think she said something like she'll be back if if and when
The
Brady
wedding.
and Teresa actually end
Oh,
up
that's right.
getting
She
married.
did say that. Okay. But I was glad that they did that. I was glad about that moment. Paul brought John donuts.
Are you two
This week.
misbehaving over there?
Just
No,
read the
we are. We're
comments.
just
They're
we're reading
great.
all the comments.
The chat room.
You guys are great.
So what was it? What kind of donuts did you get for John?
Oh yes, the donuts,
the
the,
donut
the
episode.
breakfast.
The donuts upset me from home. I was upset at home. I was like, it couldn't have had chocolate. It couldn't have been chocolate glaze. It couldn't have been a jelly donut.
You know, he and I are very adamant about keeping our physiques very, clean. So anyway,
So it wasn't a real
Oh,
donut.
was that
It
a
was
you
actually-
decision?
It wasn't my decision. I think it was Prop's decision. But Drake and I were both kind of like, okay, if you want us to eat these, and we were laughing our butts off. Like every take, we're having water. Trying to just,
It looked like the driest donut I've ever
They
seen.
were so dry.
Well, you have to. You can't. It's not like you can do like if you do powdered or chocolate or something like that.
that's
you're-
gonna be a
it's
mess.
gonna be a mess.
Yeah.
So I understand their
Yeah.
reasoning.
Well,
behind
for
it.
some reason, when I saw the donuts, and I was like, okay, Christopher Sean is someone who like works out all the time, and Drake is in great condition and great physical condition as well. And my first thought was, I feel like they might have requested like, can this donut be like a gluten-free, no artificial flavor donut?
It was cardboard, man.
Come on,
It was
Christopher.
no, it was honestly, it was a donut. I've been on a strict diet, so that donut was like lovely at the time.
Yeah.
It was good. It was bad. It was good.
Yeah, it was a great moment though.
Yeah, and again, I like the little moments that they've been
Yes.
doing and the relationships and stuff. They're definitely getting back to relationships.
Yeah.
Drake is such a good actor. He's
Yeah.
just a great person, but he's an amazing actor, and he really allows the other actor to have the freedom to work.
Uh-huh.
And for me, like, just working with him and learning from him, he is such a father figure to me. I really do love the guy. He's a great person.
Yeah, he was very nice to me when I was there. I'll say that. And he didn't even know me. So.
Oh, Paul and Keith are here.
Also, I liked that, and I said this before. I liked that Theo was at the mansion. I do have a question though about the moment with Theo. So was that brought on from the autism? Is that what that
think
was?
so. That's
what I
Okay, I
thought.
just didn't understand. I'm guessing that's what it was about.
But you know what I liked about that moment was that for the most part we've seen Theo as someone who's handling the autism very well.
Right.
And so it was nice to see him have a moment of like, there's so much going on and he can't really like figure it all out and stuff. Like I thought that was a very interesting moment. And then to hear Lucas and Adrian kind of talking to him like, it's okay, like just unlock the door, like you'll be fine. Just come over, just unlock the door, and all that, and him just not being able
So
to
much.
do something that simple because there was so much going on,
Yeah.
and him being put in a position where he kind of has to care for Thomas and Ariana. I get the mom's name because I want to say Adriana, but that's the mom.
Right.
It's Ariana.
Ariana,
and all
yeah.
that. Yeah. So that was a good moment.
yeah.
I liked it too. I liked that he overcame it, that he had his moment and then he just...
Oh, Cheryl just said autistic people have meltdowns when there is so much going on at once and the loud noises, etc.
Okay.
Yeah, my cousin is the same way. 'Cause
Oh,
he's autistic.
okay.
So sometimes if we take him to like Disneyland, let's just say, or like a restaurant, and it seems like there's a lot of noise, like plates and forks and knives and laughing and things like that, it becomes like they can't handle all the noise that's happening. So
Got
they
it.
tend
Here's
to
a good way of
panic.
looking at it. Like I have an applied behavioral analysis certification. I was a third grade special ed TA for a while.
Oh, okay.
Because my sister has Down syndrome, and I wanted to understand and be able to, communicate with her better.
Right.
So essentially, it's like a deck of cards. Most people can like just lay the cards out and think of a memory or thought, right? If you ask them to do something. However, autistic people or high functioning or low functioning, it's kind of like they have to go in order, one card after the next to finally get to that thought,
Okay.
right? And then re-put them back, obsessive compulsively, perfectly,
Got it.
and then do the next thought. So it's kind of
Okay.
in that way. That's how
Okay.
one way of looking at it.
Okay. I don't have any. I don't have anyone in my life that is autistic, so I didn't know. I assumed that that's what that moment was, but I wasn't sure exactly. I figured you guys would. and-
Kyler killed it though. He did a
Yeah,
wonderful
I
job
thought
with
it was
that
great.
scene.
Oh, I love
Those
Kyler. He's
scenes.
great.
Yeah.
He's a
Yeah.
good kid too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's really great. And
Digging
very
it.
fit too.
I'm digging it. Digging
Very
it.
fit. He is. He's a, if you looked at his Instagram,
His Instagram, it's like 6-pack.
yeah, it's like you know when you see his
I don't
abs,
stalk people like that.
Oh no.
except Billy Flynn.
Except for Billy
What?
Flynn.
But-
What
Mark.
you're talking about.
But
He's
when-
lying.
When you see his abs, like I think of like Julie Andrews running over them, going, "The hills are alive."
I want to see that so bad. I want that TV programming done today. I want it. I will pay for that.
Another thing, I want to jump back real quick because I forgot to mention. Somebody mentioned the chat room just now. We forgot to mention that Joey was actually kidnapped by
Yes.
Orpheus.
Yes.
In that other storyline.
Right.
So that's how the week ended, right?
Ended,
That's
yep.
how the week ended.
Which I'm happy because it's time that James Lastovic gets storyline 2 because they
Yeah.
kind of weaned away from
Well,
him.
another thing about, and because I wasn't here last week, and I think a couple of weeks ago too, you guys talked about it. I liked
Thanks,
that they had the scenes with the kids together again,
Mm-hmm.
like that they're all going to go to college and they're all going to do their thing and be kids.
Was that last
Yeah.
week that they were all at TBD together?
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
loved
it was
that.
last week.
I
Yeah.
thought it was great.
I thought they were all different ages.
No,
Was that
they're
was
all
that
in school
just me?
together.
Oh,
No, they're all in school together.
Because they all went to prom together, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, remember the 80s prom, 80s theme prom? And then Eduardo overhears Dario talking to
Deimos.
Deimos.
You're having a good time in this chat.
These guys, I'm sorry, the chats is hilarious.
Oh, I can imagine.
These guys are hilarious. So sorry.
So no, you're fine.
good.
Yeah, because we'll see where this goes. I mean, they already have a tumultuous relationship.
For
Eduardo
no
and-
reason. Dario, give
Right.
like everyone else has moved on. Can you move on too? Like it makes no sense. Every time Eduardo is in the room, he's like rah 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 rah.
Yeah,
I mean, not like that.
What was
but-
that, Tony?
Yeah.
Rah, 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 rah. I just want to make
That's
sure
for your
I
real.
missed it.
That's
that
for
should be
his
a
real.
gif. That should, it really should. That's amazing.
That's how I'm gonna audition for Days. Yeah, they're gonna say, "Show us how angry you can be," and I'm gonna be like, rah, 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 rah. Do I get the part?
Booked it.
Booked it.
Hook, line, and sinker.
Fade to black.
Eduardo also told John that he's the reason that the convicts are escaped.
Which I think was important that they addressed.
Yeah.
Yes. Can I just say I love that scene because I was not expecting
I did again.
it to be
I agree.
Eduardo.
Right. Yep.
Like I kept thinking like, oh, how are they gonna get out? And then it just made sense that and when Eduardo went up and was like, stop threatening my family, blah blah blah, I was like, oh my god, this is all connected. Yay, I
Yeah.
love this. Yeah, it was great. It was
No,
great.
I thought
Sorry,
it was.
just
I
had to
thought it
bring
was
that up.
wonderful.
Yes.
And then we also Andre's. I don't think did he actually say it or did they? Is it implied that he's wanting to be back in the Demira house? Because he didn't actually say what he wants from Kate. He just said, "I want a favor."
He's such a sneak, isn't he?
Must
Right?
have been implied.
Because I'm getting that impression, but I don't feel like he actually said those words. But I could be wrong.
We'll just have to keep watching now, won't we?
No.
I'll find out. Maggie's walking.
Is she?
I'm happy.
I mean, on crutches, but she's upright.
Okay, good. Good
She's
for
upright.
her. I'm sorry, this because I watched like the past couple of weeks, but the wedding scene.
Oh, when she jumped up.
Yeah, and wait, Orpheus said something
Oh,
about,
yeah,
about that.
yeah.
Like,
He
like,
did have a good
like,
line.
oh, he goes, oh, she walks. Oh, nope.
No.
And I was like, oh no, I was like, this is so funny.
I actually almost broke when we were filming that. I was doing the best I can to keep in character.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a great line.
That was
It was
so
great.
funny. Oh boy. Okay, yeah. So good for Maggie. Yay, crutches.
And then your favorites, Hope, Aiden, and Rafe.
We're on.
I loved when Aiden grabbed her arm, and she looked at him like, "Excuse me,
Yeah.
I'll kill you."
It was more like.
With the
More like
eyebrow.
No, so I don't. So is John is what's his name gone?
Sorry,
Who?
Christopher Shaw.
Chase?
I love
Yeah,
this.
Yeah, Chase is important. Portland.
but he's gone off the
These
show.
is like-
Important or
the-
he's in Portland?
he's in Portland.
But the character's gone now.
Bye.
There's no more Chase.
Bye.
Okay, I didn't know that. So that's something I didn't know. Do we think Hope and Aiden are going to get back together? Well, let me rephrase that. Do we care if Hope
Thank
and-
you. Right.
Okay, listen. I
No
was like
is the
Chase.
answer.
I was like Chase when Aiden was like.
I don't want to look in the chat room because I'm sure I'm getting yelled
When
at.
Aiden was like,
All
"Yeah,
of it,
I have
Mark,
I have some information, and I think I can convince her to come to Portland." And Chase is like, "Oh, so you're gonna blackmail her?" And I'm
Yeah.
like, "Yeah." So
Yeah,
now, okay,
exactly.
so you tried to kill her, and then now you're gonna blackmail her to be like, no. It's like there are some things in life that you just should give up, and hope is one of them. Aiden,
Yeah.
just give it up.
Zero chance.
I just
I
don't-
have a better chance with Hope than Aiden.
Wow.
Well, no,
Wow.
no, lady.
Whoa.
That's a
No.
statement.
You have a better chance with Sonny or Paul before you get over to Hope.
That's okay with me. I'm okay with that. Are you okay with that?
I'm in. That's right. Another rule.
Well, yeah, and he just kept looking at the folder. Is he going to go after Hope? Is he not going to go after Hope? I don't really care if he does.
Well, yeah. Well, there's that.
And then the other thing was that two things
Yeah, I
with.
love
So
this.
I'm curious if this whole thing. Two things with Claire.
Okay.
So the whole thing with her music career. So I'm wondering if, and you don't have to answer this because I know you can't anyway, but I'm wondering if it's kind of like, okay, we've had enough of the singing and dancing. Let's let the kids be kids. You know what I mean? Like, I'm kind of feeling like it's Dina checking that box, like, yeah, we're not going to do that anymore.
She definitely is.
Like, I feel like that's kind of what that whole thing was about with her YouTube channel and why no one's watched, like, why we went black.
You know-
that was my guess. I don't know.
You know what I'm thinking? Because just watching how Claire is becoming with like the little bit of fame that she's getting, I think she's gonna be. I think this is a little prediction. I think something's gonna happen where her singing career is gonna elevate a little bit, but she's gonna be a bit of a diva. Because I
Yeah.
saw that in the scene when she was in the Brady pub by herself, taking her selfies, and she was just like, and then this whole obsession about like her YouTube channel and everything like that, and people are already kind of like,
Girl, relax.
yeah, they're like, girl,
Yeah.
girl,
Girl.
girl,
Take a seat.
like you're at 10, you
Yeah.
need to be
That's
down
true.
at like 5. Yeah, yeah,
Give us a girl.
That's great. Like,
yeah,
Girl.
Oh,
girl.
that was
Girl.
beautiful.
That's the Paul Narita we don't see.
Oh my god, can you imagine?
Yeah,
if like
Paul and Sonny got
if
into
Paul
a
and
fight.
Sonny really started using like gay lingo.
Yeah.
And when they see each other at the square, like, girl.
Yeah.
Can you imagine like Paul, like Sonny running in and be like, girl,
Yeah.
let me tell you this tea that's going on at the Kiriakis Mansion.
Yes.
And then Paul's like, yes, I knew there was
Yes,
something
queen,
going on.
yes.
Yes.
Can you do that for us next time you get?
We're going to be your gay
yes.
vocal coaches.
Yeah.
Yes,
And then-
queen.
and
Yes,
then-
queen.
And then Paul's response is like, but bitch, did you hear that?
Yeah.
And then
that.
insert me, and I'd be like, y'all, bitches, like, listen to this team. And it's always snaps. And I come in.
They're just Mark and,
Snaps.
and Matt just in the background, just looking like.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Someone is here saying, Daquan actually says something that they're going to have a. Hope's gonna. Oh no, it wasn't Hope. Or it wasn't Daquan. Hope killing Aiden, and then there's a trial in November. I don't know. I don't know anything about that, but I don't know. Maybe that's a spoiler. I don't know. So
Spoiler alert.
Everyone's loving it.
yeah. I'll say scenes like that. Yeah, I think we all want that.
Yeah.
And then also with Claire, there was that moment with her and Marlena, where Marlena kind of, and I
that
actually
was
kind
one of my
of,
favorite moments of the week.
I
Yeah.
kind of like that she kind of was like, look, this is what what's
was
going
like-
on.
No.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. Yeah. Claire's a little firecracker.
Yeah, and like the walking around the horse.
You have no service
Give me your
in
phone.
here.
I can't get Wi-Fi.
We don't need to see a
Which
selfie
is
of you.
very appropriate, probably for someone that age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Realistic.
Oh
you
my
know?
gosh. J.A. says they would love to have Paul say, Gone with the Wind, fabulous. And then do a twirl.
Yeah.
That would be funny.
Oh, and one other thing I just wanted to mention, and I was thinking if you still were doing Disaster Moment of the Week,
Okay.
that this would be a very good
Disaster.
moment, would be, I was just kind of like, Julie, okay, Julie, I get it. When she told Sierra the straight edge of the puzzle was the edge of, I was like, girl, Did you just tell her that the straight edge is the end of the...
Well, listen.
What moron doesn't know how a puzzle
she's
works?
teaching her things that they used to do BC, before cell phone.
I just thought it was just like, it was that moment I was like, did we just say that? Did we just say that on television?
Thanks, Julie.
Yeah, I just thought that was kind of funny. Anyway, I love the Brady Pub's back.
Not
I'm
as,
just looking
not as
through my
funny as
notes.
the charades game.
No, don't even get me started with the charades.
Those kids were so bored.
I felt like they were like improvise.
Yeah. They were like, make something up.
Joey looked like he was bored to tears with that game.
Bless his heart. Bless his heart. Is that it?
Yeah, I'm looking through my...
I mean, I said everything
looking
I
through
wanted
most
to
of
say.
my notes. Never thought. Oh, I did write this down, which I thought was kind of funny. But I never thought I'd say this, but Nicole is thinking the most rational when they were talking about all the with moving in with Deimos.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought it was so hysterical that Nicole's actually the one that's like, "Are you people crazy? Like, why would you live with me?"
Yeah.
I'm like, I never thought I would utter these words, but she's actually
But you know,
the
she's
smartest person right
gonna
now.
end up moving in too.
Yeah, but
It's gonna be everybody.
But you know what I do like?
It's the Kyriakis bed and breakfast.
But I do
With the Kyriakises.
Yeah.
Sonny's gonna. I mean, Paul's gonna end up in there too. With Sonny.
Everyone's gonna be living in there.
And then Maxine's son's gonna show up and live in there too.
But I like that they're not just putting them together. Like, I love that there's this, that you can see that Nicole's having an issue being with him, and you can tell that she likes him, but that she's having such a hard time committing to it and all that. I don't know. I'm digging what they're doing. I think that they're being really smart for a change at Days, and not just Dina, Ryan, and everybody else who's writing.
Yeah.
Because I keep saying Dina just because I know that that's the name
Right.
that Days puts out there all the time. And I do know that there's other people that are helping. And if you take anything back to the set, let that be it. That we are digging, that they're
What they're
being
doing.
smart, that they're showing the relationships, they're talking about their past, they're doing that. I think everybody who's watching too will agree that that's what we love. And that's why we watch Days, you know?
Ken Corday did not lie when he said that she was coming in strong.
Yeah, well, but Ken Corday says that a lot, so.
Well, no. I mean, I even had a meeting, as I was saying to you guys earlier, with Dina and Ryan and Rick, and I sat down and I just said, I really appreciate what you're doing because we're 6 months ahead,
Yeah.
and my character's got tons of layers,
Good.
lots of interlacing storylines. So I'm involved in a lot of other storylines. So
Good.
it's been a lot of fun.
I'm
Good.
happy
Even
about
next week.
that.
Even next week.
Well, and I
work
feel
every
like
day.
I think another thing, and we talked about this too, is that I feel like the people that should be the lead storylines are getting the lead storylines now.
Yes.
Like, it's not just you're gonna have a lead storyline because your character is named has this last name.
Which
it's
last
like
name?
it's and I'm not saying one person in particular.
Oh, okay.
I'm just
Yeah,
saying
like
just
Brady,
because you're a
Gordon,
Brady
Kyriakis,
doesn't mean you
Demira,
get a
right.
lead storyline. I'm just saying in general, like, watch what's happening on screen. See where the chemistry is. See what
And
is
keep those
working, and then
storylines
those are the
running.
things that you need to follow.
Absolutely.
Stop worrying about whether it's a Brady or it's a Horton or whatever. You know,
Yeah.
just watch what you're doing. And I feel like that maybe they're doing that now.
Side note, I didn't realize that, like, the Kyriakises are like men only, like, as of right now. It's like
Yeah.
nothing but men.
Yeah.
That's all.
Thanks, Tony.
That was just an
No,
observation.
that is a good observation.
Like, when they were saying
You're
they're
right.
toasting, I was like,
There were
there's
8
Four-
men.
Four,
Yeah.
no-
four generations of Kyriakis.
yeah, okay, that's all. That's just that.
Christopher, when you and I spoke at the Daytime Emmy Awards, your storyline at that point was the brainwashing storyline with...
Which we thought they were
yep,
trying to brainwash
with-
the gay out of you.
Tobin Bell
Yeah.
Yeah, with,
from Saw.
Yeah. Yep.
with Yo Ling, right?
With
Yo Ling.
Yoling, grandfather Yoling, yes.
They had a moment, which I think you and I also talked about, where Paul gave a look to the camera or whoever, and we had an inkling that Paul might turn into a bad guy, or he was up to something, like the brainwashing affected him in the negative. They completely dropped it. Will you, if you can tell us, will we be seeing that storyline show its head again?
Well, to be honest, I don't know if that's going to pop up again.
Okay.
Lately, it's not been really... I mean, that was all Josh Griffith and his team when they were working on that. I was happy to be a part of it because I got to work a lot with Drake, and he actually threw me over his shoulders. He's an ox of a man, Drake, and to know the lineage now, to have Tobin Bell working with us from Saw, that was huge as well. but to know whether or not my character is going to be show any signs of the brainwashing, I don't believe that's going to be a part of the show anymore. However, that's there. And it always can be there, so we'll see what happens.
They could always revisit it.
Yeah.
I loved that look. I don't even know if anyone knows the look I'm talking about. You just gave a look like it implied so much like you might be bad, and I want to see, because you're always so nice. So I like to see the bad boy. And someone was like, if you want to see him play the bad boy, then tune into Hawaii 5-0.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree, 100%. Cool.
Yep.
We will, Alexis, will you put up the phone number for me? Because I think after we do our segments, we'll open up the phones.
Yes.
How's that?
Oh, you know what? I think I finally remembered the phone number.
Oh.
It is.
Don't look.
No, I didn't look. I didn't look. It is 424-253-0749.
Yes, that is
There
it.
we
So we'll
go.
do our segments real quick, and then we'll take some phone calls.
Okay.
So our first segment is Tony's 3 Snaps Award.
Well, that's right, ladies and gents. It has been long overdue for Tony's. Thank you for Tony's official 3 Snaps Award. Now, because I have had to catch up on days, and I've had 3 weeks of episodes to watch. And there were so many snap-worthy moments that I generally have to give it to the writing team of Days of Our Lives. Because in the past 3 weeks, I have had so many moments that I couldn't just pick one. So I decided to generalize it and give Tony's official 3 Snaps Award to the writing team at Days of Our Lives. There will be other snap-worthy moments coming up. Yeah,
for sure.
So they are killing it. Yeah, I'm just sitting there like, I'm actually glad that I had 3 weeks to catch up on.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have to be like, ooh, I gotta wait until tomorrow. I
Yeah.
was like, nope, start that next
Start
episode right now.
Exactly. All right, and so now it is time for Matthew's Choice.
This Matthew's choice goes to long overdue hunks of Days of Our Lives.
I'm not on Days.
They were, I know.
Does Matthew Evan Payne,
I guess
like, kinda
that speaks
thing?
for itself.
I'm just so thankful you get to sit right next to me today. You
I guess I
sexy
just
man.
answered my own question.
They are
That would be
finally
why.
showing some skin on Days of Our Lives.
Yes, they are.
It's long overdue. So this is Matthew's choice. Enjoy.
Oh, you put a little montage together. Oh my god, I'm dying right now. This is fantastic. Thank you for including this.
Well, of course.
Appreciate
Whoa,
it.
what's
yeah.
happening?
Oh yeah,
Oh my
that's my
God.
Billy, girl.
Jesus
That's my
Christ.
Billy.
Where did you find this 1970s porn music?
I just thought it was. I found it on bensounds.com.
Oh.
That's where I had to
Ben
give
Sounds?
Ben, B-E-N.
Oh, okay.
bensounds.com is where I got that fantastic
I was
audio
pregnant
track,
to
which
it
I
way
thought was so
longer
fitting.
since- maybe that was just
That
my
was
luck.
fantastic.
But I feel like we haven't seen skin in ages.
No, we haven't. We
And
haven't.
even with Camila looking banging.
Oh,
Yeah.
she looks
Yeah,
amazing.
I just like how each time they came back for a different scene, they were peeling
Another
off a
article
different
was
lane
gone.
of clip.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is Matthew's choice.
Matthew's choice. All right, so now it is time for my quote of the week.
Mark's quote of the week.
And I am doing. I have to say, and when we had Louise Sorrell here, when I was speaking with her before she was actually
Welcome to the fun
here
house.
in the set, we had a conversation at my theater, and one of the things we talked about was that Days has kind of lost its humor, and I think it is back. I think it 100% it is back, and I too, Tony, am giving my quote of the week to the writers of Days of Our Lives, because I couldn't pick one. I have so many things written down.
Sister.
I was like, I'm just gonna run through these real quick because
Good.
I literally just kept writing down, and I was like, I don't know which one to pick. So I'm giving it to Dina and Ryan and anybody else who sits around that table and writes this funny crap.
Yes.
It's the paternity test switching capital of the world, JPL, love you. What else? Maybe Caroline Brady's computer skills when.
Oh, that's right, because she did switch them.
I almost peed. And look, Deimos is gone. Let me guess, you splashed him with water and he melted. And then when Chloe says that she felt like she should move back to the mansion because Philip asked her to, and he's been so nice.
Yeah.
And Nicole said, send him a gift card.
Oh, yeah. Oh. She was like, that's when you get him a gift card.
Exactly. Then when Nicole was talking about everybody moving to the mansion, she goes, "This is Damos' idea to open a bed and breakfast."
I was like, I'm so glad
That
someone
was
said
great. Victor, when he said they could be in Salem Inn ordering room service and Roman Brady couldn't find them.
I died. Because everyone goes to the Salem Inn.
Oh my
Everyone.
God, I couldn't even. And then Victor says Brady was yelling at him for ranting. He says, "I rant so I don't worry." Andre says, "Hell hath no fury, like a redneck scorned." I almost peed. And then when Victor and Damos were talking about him sleep with that the baby could be Damos's, and he says, "You slept with her?" That's actually how it happens. Voluntarily. That was fantastic. And then he says, "Philip Brady Daniel, thank God Sonny's gay," when he was talking about all of his people that have been with him. It literally just kept going, and I think it was it. That was all the ones I wrote down. I just couldn't pick one.
It was a fantastic
And I
week.
was like, I can't even say it's a tie between the people because I have to give it to the writers because it's
all
the
equally
funniest.
funny.
And I used to have such there'd be weeks I'm like, I got to watch everything again because I can't find any funny lines.
Yeah.
And now I'm just like, Jiminy, who will I pick? So thank you, Dina and Ryan and everybody else that's doing that writing because it is fantastical.
And that has been...
That's my quote of the week.
Mark,
And then fan of the week, and I don't think I've chosen this person before. I wish I would be writing these down because it's another iTunes comment. There was another review on iTunes from Western Grad 07. He says, "I don't always listen live, but I always catch up with y'all. I really like how you guys just say what you think, and I watch just to hear those great tidbits. Thank you for doing the show and entertaining me." So Western Grad 07 is going to be our fan of the week.
yay!
And so now, Alexis, do we potentially have some phone calls?
We had a lot of phone calls. I had to turn it off for a little bit because our internet was starting to waver.
Oh, okay.
So I know.
You're about to
Well,
break
let-
the
You're
internet.
Very popular,
They're gonna-
Christopher.
He's gonna
feel
break-
Really
I think they're
bad
here for
that I
you,
couldn't-
Payne.
Oh, were they here for me?
Okay, so...
They're all here for everybody.
So let's say that when you guys call in, because we want to get as many calls in as we can before we have to wrap things up. So make your question or comment quick, and we can get to the next person. If we cut you off, sorry, we love you.
Yeah, we just
but
wanna
we're
get
going
in
to
as
get through
many-
as many people
And
as we
still
can.
have to keep to schedule because we have a lot of shows.
Right,
Yes.
It's fall
exactly.
TV weeks.
Yeah.
Yes. And
Do we
go.
have one?
Right or left?
Yep.
Right.
All right, here we go.
Let's do it. All
First
right.
call.
Thank you for calling AfterBuzz TV. Give us your name and where you're calling from.
Hi, this is Susie Morales Smidley.
Hi, Susie.
What up,
from
Susie?
Georgia. Hi.
Susie's amazing.
Susie's been, I think Susie's been with us since day
Day
3.
Well, she was there
We love the
when we
Schmidleys.
interviewed her last time because I
Yeah.
remember messing up her name.
I mean, the whole family.
Sorry,
I'm good,
Susie.
I'm good with the whole family.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love it. We love
Susie,
it.
what's your question?
I didn't have any questions. I just wanted to call in because everybody in the chat roll is just sending messages for Christopher, and I just wanted you to know that we, as your fans, are so happy that they are putting you in the forefront.
Yep.
It is about time.
Yep.
We love you. You know how much my family loves you and how excited we are that we're going to see you in Atlanta with Starship Fan Events come February.
Yeah.
So we just wanted to let you know in the chat room how much you're appreciated, and thank you so much for all that you do. You entertain us. I am with Matthew there. If they gave you a little bit of dark side, I would not oppose to that because you were amazing as Gabriel.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you,
For
Susie.
sure.
You are
super
amazing as Gabriel. You
Oh,
gave
thanks, guys.
you give me chills.
That I said with that when you had your viewing thing, when you walked up and you was like, boom! I was like, who was that?
Yeah.
Who did that? Thank you so much,
Thanks,
Susie,
Susie.
for
Thank you, Susie.
calling.
Thank you.
Let's do another call. All right, let's do the left. All right, hello. Thank you for calling AfterBuzz TV. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, it's Cheryl from South Carolina.
Hi,
Cheryl.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yes. How are ya?
Great.
Do you have a question, Cheryl, or a comment?
I do. I still think that Chris needs to be a Demira. Somehow they need to make Paul a Demira.
You know, it takes one phone
You
call.
know, Salem is the paternity test changing
It's
capital
right.
of the world.
Exactly.
Oh man. I
JPL said so.
That's right.
You know what? I love the idea. However, I'm such a huge fan of John Black.
Yeah.
It's so hard for me to want to walk away from that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it would be great if Paul had a little bit of a dark.
I agree.
Well, maybe Hera's not your mother. There's another Demira
Asian?
Asian woman.
Is
I don't
is
know.
there?
There's stranger things have happened in
You never know. There could be an Asian Demira.
You never know. You never know. Thank you,
Okay,
Cheryl.
I'll go so that everybody else can call in. Chris, can you tell Melody, Can, and Atlas that I said I love them too?
Big will do. Thank you, Cheryl.
Thanks, bye.
Thank you,
Bye.
Cheryl.
Bye.
All right, let's do the next one. Hello, thank you for calling AfterBuzz TV. What's your name? Are we on? Is it there? Okay.
Yeah, they're there.
What is your name and where are you calling from?
Hello, this is Lisa from Loganville, Georgia.
Hi, Lisa.
Hi, Lisa.
Hey guys, how are you? Thank you so much for having Chris on.
Yes.
And I just would say I would like to see more of John and Paul scenes.
I think we will be. I have a feeling we will be.
And I hope so. They need to help with these prisoners that are loose. I would love to see that. I hope.
Although Paul didn't do such a hot job.
Yes,
Yeah, drop the
and
ball a little
Chris,
bit.
my friend Angela and I, we are looking forward to meeting you in Atlanta, Georgia.
Awesome. I'm excited, Lisa.
Yes, and we are. In any of those are not in Starstruck, y'all need to help out with the support and help join the Starstruck fan event.
Yes.
Lisa, you're awesome. Thank you very much.
Yes, you're welcome. We appreciate you and thank you for taking time for us.
We'll see you soon. Big
Thanks,
hugs.
Lisa.
All right.
Thank you, Lisa.
I agree.
You're welcome.
Shout
Bye-bye.
out to Paul and Keith who started the Starstruck fan events. They do an amazing job with those events. Very interactive. Fans love them. They mentioned the Atlanta one a lot. Do you
Yeah.
want to just go ahead and tell them about that really quick?
Yeah, that's February 2nd and 3rd? Or
February
3rd and 4th?
3rd.
February 3rd to the 5th. Next year, coming up. This coming February.
Yeah.
In
2017.
In 2017 in Atlanta. Paul and Keith are going to be throwing the Starstruck fan events out there. It's going to be me, Eric, Blake.
Palmer, Brian, and Donnell from GH.
Oh, wow. Oh, it's
Yeah.
like a mashup.
Yeah.
Okay.
GH
cool, yeah.
Days of Our Lives kind of
So
mashup.
we,
Oh,
And-
that'll be fun.
and
Have they
Teo.
ever done anything like that before with the different soaps?
No, not yet. Not
That's
yet.
interesting.
They're really expanding. They're doing a great
Yeah.
job.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great that they're doing that. Do you want to do one more and then we'll do news and gossip?
Sure.
Yeah.
Let's do one more phone call, Alexis, and then we'll do
All
news and
right, this is
gossip.
the big decision, left or right.
I'm going to say on the left.
All right, here we go. Last one.
All right. Thank you for calling AfterBuzz TV. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hey, Mark, Matthew, and Tony.
It's Jamal.
Yes, Jamel.
Jamel from Brooklyn.
From Brooklyn.
Brooklyn.
Happy to hear you.
That's right.
Brooklyn.
Uh-huh.
Jamal, do you have a question or comment?
Oh, okay. I'm getting distracted. I could barely hear. Hi, Christopher. You know what? I'm looking in the chat room. I'm agreeing with them about your skin. You have beautiful skin on TV.
Oh, thank you very
And
much.
in real life, actually.
Yeah, in real life too. But you know what? I wanted to comment about the show. I think the only comment I would say about the TV show is that I feel like Dave Elias is throwing Arkham Asylum. You know, they let all people out the prison. So I feel like Dave Elias is throwing DC Comics, and I love it. I hope it stays all the way to next year sometime because, like you, Mark, I'm agreeing. I like the characters clumped together, and you know, I love it. I love all those characters. But the three villains, they remind me of the Joker, the Riddler, or somebody.
Ooh la
but
la, yeah.
yes, they love it. But I want to say one quick thing. When Guy was on the show, and I loved it, I told Tony this, he had commented about kissing. You know, we all know you all have beautiful women in your lives, and you're straight, but he had commented about who was the better kisser.
Oh.
Yes.
I did. I asked
We asked.
Guy.
So when Guy Wilson was on.
And Guy, he said that you were, he loved your lips. But he thought that Freddie was the better kisser. So I want to ask you, who was the better kisser between Freddie and Guy?
He said I think Guy said your lips were soft.
softer. Yeah.
Your lips were soft.
Yeah.
He did.
You know what's funny is
Never forget
after I kissed both of them, the first thing they said to me was, well, "You have really soft lips." I'm like, what do you guys do? Stay professional. What are you doing? You're getting me out the good. I'm starting to like you, man. I'm fall in love with you. That's funny. They both said that.
That's
great.
awesome.
You know what? I can't really comment on who's a better kisser because they have both different types of techniques. It's like saying
That's what
what's
they said.
It's like saying what's a better pizza, Brooklyn or New York?
Ah.
What would you say?
Brooklyn.
See, everyone's got opinion, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Alrighty. Thank you so much for calling
Thanks for
in.
calling.
Thank
Always
you.
a pleasure.
All right, thank you.
Take care, Jamal.
Take care.
All right, Alexis, then let's bust through
bye.
some news and gossip, Alexis.
Yeah.
All right, Matthew, hit us up.
Here we
Get us
go.
started.
Buzz.
News and gossip. Our friend Martha Madison and her husband AJ Gilbert's new Mexican seafood restaurant, Pata Salada, is now open for business. Pata Salada is located at 672 South La Brea Ave in Los Angeles. If you are in the area, you should definitely check it out. Their menu items are
Have either of you been yet?
delish.
Not yet. I was
haven't been
waiting.
yet either.
I thought. I
Yeah,
thought we were
we
gonna
should
make a
go.
thing.
We need
We
to.
should make a field trip out of it.
Okay,
For sure.
We'll do it.
Tony?
So as you guys may have heard already, Day of Days will be happening November 12th at Universal City Walk right here in Los Angeles. You can meet your favorite Days stars. So make sure, yay! So make sure you guys come out here to Los Angeles. It's a free event. It's a great event. It's all day. You literally get to meet like most of the cast, and it's really fun. Are you gonna be there this year? Do you know
Yeah,
yet?
I'll be there.
Okay.
Well, actually, I plan to be there unless
Yeah.
they don't.
And,
don't
yeah,
want me.
unless something happens, but yeah, you guys make sure that you come out November 12th, and maybe there may be another little something a brewing on November 12th. We can't say yet, but
Oh wow.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I was like, wait a minute, what's happening?
yeah.
And so we already did your...
Yeah. Do you want to mention the other?
Yeah, there's another event, Reach
yes.
for the Stars event. Eric Martzoff and I will be doing an event in Long Island, in New York.
He plays Brady Black.
He plays my brother, yes. So that'll be, and I think actually Robert Scott Wilson is going to be a part of that one as well.
Oh, okay.
In Long Island.
Ben.
And
Ben.
Ben.
Hey, I
I
like
owe
to know
him a
these
car wash.
things. I needed to know.
and
What's
that's
that?
going to be December 3rd
Yeah.
and 4th. December 3rd and 4th
Okay.
this year.
This 2016.
That's
Okay.
right,
Yes.
2016.
This one is booked, like hashtag booked to capacity. So if you're trying to hop on the Christopher Sean train, you better do it now before he
I
gets
am.
booked.
I'm trying to hop on.
Same. Same.
That's a different train.
Okay,
He's not going to stop till he
Sorry.
tries those soft lips.
Yes.
Before we end the show, because I know we're about to hit that weird end part, I wanted to make sure the chat, because I know a lot of you guys couldn't call in and things like that. That
Yes.
Christopher Sean loves.
I want to
he's-
say one thing too, though.
Go ahead.
Is that cool if I say?
Yeah,
one thing?
yeah,
Yeah, of course.
There's a thing I'm doing right now. It's called the Christopher Sean Contest. I'm working with the Trevor Project and Route 66 promo.
Oh, nice.
If you guys see it on my Instagram, I'm reaching out to all the fans to help end hate crime and bullying and to help support the LGBT community. So essentially, what's that?
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and you guys can see it on my website. Essentially, I throw out a little contest. You guys can win. Whoever gets involved, you win a shirt, an autographed picture, as well as a friend of your choosing wins one as well. So if you go to my
that's
Instagram,
nice.
Mr. Christopher Sean, you'll see all that information there. I'm going to put up the third contest here shortly. And yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh,
Love that you're doing that.
Yeah, me too.
Love that you're doing that. And then one other thing, if you're coming for Day of Days weekend, there is another event on Sunday that some of you may not know about. Mary Beth Evans and Stephen Nichols are doing on Sunday, November 13th, the day after Day of Days, at Barnsdall Gallery Theater. They're doing a performance and fundraising event that will benefit One World Stage and Screen. They provide acting training for at-risk youth. It's followed by a dessert and cocktail reception. So if you guys are interested in tickets, they are actually already on sale at www.owss.net. You can find more information there. It's again Sunday, November 13th at Barnsdall Gallery Theater on Hollywood Boulevard. 7 to 10:30 is the performance and fundraising event. So yeah, tickets are $75 for general admission, $150 for VIP. I'm sure there's more information on that website as well. So if you're here for Day of Days, come support. I do believe they're doing it's Annapurna is the show that they're
Okay.
Come say hi.
calling the
And
day for.
finally, Jordi Villasuso, who plays Dario on Days of
Thank
Our
you.
Lives,
Thank
will
you.
be joining us next Sunday, October 2nd. So make sure to tune in for an exciting new episode of Dish and Days, only here on AfterBuzz TV.
Yep.
All right. Before we leave, I just wanted to make sure that everyone in the chat who didn't get to voice their voice or their opinion to Christopher and everything like that they all love you. I know that Christopher's actually looking at the chat and seeing all your amazing comments, but I wanted to make sure that no one got left out because you couldn't call in. But you guys are all amazing.
Yes.
And everybody on this panel, especially.
Yes,
Christopher
thank you
Sean
everyone
loves
for
you.
Christopher
watching.
loves you all.
Yes.
I do. I really do actually love you guys and appreciate all the support. So thank you.
Yeah.
And I'm reading everything. So
Yeah.
thanks, guys.
We're so happy that you were
Yes,
able to join
So
us
those
today.
those,
A.K.A.
Those times he was
Cheryl.
like looking down and laughing. He was
Yeah, he's
like
looking at you guys.
looking at
Right.
what you guys were
Oh,
saying.
Sporty Spice
Donna.
is in the chat room.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, she came
Oh, I
out
forgot
with,
to log out.
All right, I guess that's our show.
That is it.
It went so fast.
It does.
Christopher, thank you for coming
Thank
in.
you so much
Yeah,
for being
thank you
here.
for coming back in.
Tell
again.
everybody where they can find you on social media, Christopher.
You guys can follow me on Instagram at Mr. Christopher Sean. You guys can follow me on all of the social medias at Christopher Sean.
Tony Moore.
And of course, you guys can find me on all social media platforms at Lounging with Tony or my website, loungingwithtony.com.
Bunny ears. I haven't seen bunny ears in ages. You can find me on, oh my god, I don't even know, on Twitter and Instagram at
It's right there.
Matthew E. Pig. I put it on my computer because I
Corner of
I
Santa
put it on
Monica
my
and La
computer
Brea,
because
too.
I can't remember it.
Corner of Santa Monica and La Brea, too.
We can't say donut
Yeah.
time anymore because it's gone.
And you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Lorraine Love, LORAYNELOVE, and on Snapchat, Lorraine.love. And follow
where can
us.
they find
and
your hair?
My hair, living for the hair, is my. Since
Living for
since
the
the
hair.
last time you were here,
I loved
it
it.
has its own Twitter now.
Does
it?
Living for the hair.
You said it
I
was going
did,
to happen.
and it was
I
because
love
of that that I did.
I love that.
I did.
It's beautiful.
Thank you.
It deserves one.
It does, right?
He was talking about your hair before you walked in.
Yes.
Well,
I remembered.
And people at my theater will come and they're like, "You have great hair." I'm like, "Follow it on Twitter," and they laugh, and I'm like, "I'm serious."
Yeah, I'm
It has
actually
its Twitter.
serious.
Thank you guys so much for joining us.
Thank you, guys.
And we'll
Bye,
see you
thank
next
you.
week.
Pizza
Mwah.
rolls next time.
Yes. I
We
know.
always forget the pizza rolls with you.
No, you
No, we
didn't.
did last week.
Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff. We would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz
you later.
Oh, you did know about.
From executive producers
The views
Maria
expressed herein are
Menounos,
those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.